Neighbors and neighborhoods, right? Because it's not just the neighbor, it's the neighbor and the neighborhood. That's what ecologists do. We could study Sheila and how she interacts with Abby. We could study Sheila and how she interacts with her environment. That's ecology. I'm looking at houses, the windows in the houses, the doors on the houses.
All right, so now you know what you and your partner already know about the brain.
It's more than non-verbal. If you're in that room, oh, you mean just telepathically?
Now you know what you and your partner know about the brain and what you want to learn about the brain. I'm going to sidebar here for a minute. Who could tell me why I had you stand up for that activity? Jennifer?
Kids nowadays are different than, I feel like, what we grew up with. Like we were okay with sitting all the time and listening and focusing. Where if you change it up, if you're sitting the whole time, they're going to shut down about 10 or 15 minutes in. They said that a normal kid right now only can focus for about 10 minutes.
20 is the research I read.
Oh,
20 minutes consistent where you're in the same position. Exactly. And so by standing up physically, help me out here, my science gurus, what are you allowing to happen physically for the body?
You're stimulating the motor system.
All right. Can you say, I'm not sure that Justin heard you in the back. Say that one more time.
You're stimulating your motor nerves as well as your sensory nerves where you process information.
Exactly. Activating change. So, and that did not take a lot of movement around your class or around our classroom, but it did give you an opportunity to focus in a different way. So a very easy strategy for you. Something else that this summer Sheila recommended a book to me called Classroom Activators, and it's a fantastic book. And there's an entire section in there about music. Have you read that section, Ms. Hayden?
Yes.
Okay. Would you mind sharing about the impact of music?
Well, you can introduce it into your classroom anywhere. You may think it doesn't fit, but with me, I took a class and that was part of it. And with me, what I can do is like every Monday when they come in, have some sort of music to get the mood for the week. And then Friday when they leave, just something as simple as that. It just makes their brains think a little differently. If you have a very perky lesson for the day, you would want perky music in the background. And it should just to fit moods for the most part.
If you have a testimony. Okay, Ms. Weeder.
Hey, I do that in here in study hall, because on Friday we have "We Are the Champion" or those type of songs as they walk out of study hall, and we have, I do that in here for study hall. It keeps them focused when they're studying. There's a lot less talking. I play music in study hall.
So on Mondays, do you play a lot of "Don't Stop Believing" and
No.
motivational things like that?
How many of you, while I had
Whatever I need to
music
get them
playing,
focused.
was it a distraction for?
It depended what I was doing, when I heard it.
Okay, so talk to me about that, and then I want to come, you two I think also said it was a distraction.
I was okay with it when we were working quiet, like doing our own thing, and you were trying to talk and I could hear it quietly, that bothered me.
Okay, absolutely, because where should the focus be? Okay. Or your partners, because was it a distraction? Liz, where was the distraction for you?
It was a distraction because I thought it was on accidentally, because it was so quiet, but I could hear it, and then I thought, am I going crazy? Is the music in my head now outside of my head?
Right.
Then drags out of whack.
Yeah, so it was quiet enough, and I felt like at one point you went over and you kind of knocked it down, but you didn't knock it down all the way, so I thought, did she get distracted when she was trying to turn it down, and now she's not noticing that it's on, and now I'm thinking about it, and I like that it's classical music, but I also am wondering who the composer is, and it's a piano, and that's very nice, but then I got to thinking about other piano songs, and then I got to thinking about the songs that I would like to hear, and then I got to thinking about how my theme song this week is by a pianist, and it's got a lot of piano music in it, and then I started thinking about the writing.
Are you sure you aren't a teenager?
But you also represent a generational difference between me and between you. Not even to our students, though, Liz. And it's important for us to know that. Why? What's the whole point?
my class, first 10 minutes of class, I knew that some of my students responded well with music playing in the background, and I knew that some classes didn't. And I mean, you have to know your kids.
Bottom line, you have to know your kids. You have to know what's gonna reach your students, and one size does not fit all. Thank you. But yes, Angela?
One of the tricks with that is at the beginning of each year, I give them a kind of getting to know you and ask them stuff like that. Do you like music playing in the background? I never have even one class where they're alike. Like, so I have like 3/4 of them who say yes, and then another quarter who don't. So then what do you do?
I think it depends on the activity. It absolutely would depend on the activity. Back up, you're good.
This year I decided I wanted music in my room. And so I've given the kids the opportunity to provide music during passing time so that when they enter class, they get to hear music. And they are the ones that are choosing music. And some kids said, no, I'm not gonna do that because you have to find something in school appropriate, in my school appropriate. Well, I've had, the last 2 weeks in one of my classes, they've chosen just really stupid, we had the Wiggles play today. Fruit salad.
Oh, I love that song.
I love fruit salad.
Because when they come in, it activates them right away, instead of them coming in emotions.
Right, right, so it goes
And
back to
gives them
setting
choice,
that
and
tone.
yeah, the tone.
Absolutely. Liz, what are you gonna say?
Well, I was just gonna say, that's really the blessing of the fact that every kid has their own device that has their own music on it. You know, if we are working and they are working independently, and they say, may I listen to music while I work, as long as they're working, I say yes. You know, and I think some people feel really strongly that because they would not be able to focus, like I can't focus with distractions, then they will not allow their students to do that in their class, rather than feeling like this is my students learning. Because sometimes the kids just want to listen to music and you know they'll be distracted, but that's another issue than the child who knows, I like listening to, I know if I'm listening to classical music, I'm settling in, and if I've really got to drill something out and just get this work done, I'm going to turn on rock music and get to it. And we don't let our kids make those decisions. And for some people, I think they feel like it's a respect issue. I don't want you listening to your headphones in my class, but the reality is, everybody learns a little bit differently.
And that's the whole point, and that's what I really want you to take with this. And so,
Is that when
again,
you're working, or when you're trying to get them talking?
Usually if there's direct instruction, I say take your earbud out, but I really make a point of it to say, if we're doing something and you feel like you could be listening to music, just ask. And I mean,
How about
would
doing a test?
What?
How about doing a test?
I guess I don't care if they listen to, my kids usually don't because of the issue where they can use an iPod to surf the internet.
See, that's the problem.
So I just say if I see your phone during a test, you failed my test. Now if after the test they say, can I listen to my music? I say yeah, because it's done.
See, that's the problem I was running into, and that's why I said, no, we're not gonna have any electronic devices out, because I can't control, I don't know which ones are allowed to do which,
and I think it goes back to, you know.
and during a test, what the heck are they listening to? I mean, are they listening to music, or, I mean, I don't have an answer, but I can give information.
You could talk about a chemical equation.
Yeah. I mean, but then, I mean, yeah.
The author of the book also suggested that if you choose the music, it's a good opportunity to play generational music that the students might not be exposed to. For instance, the big band era that Peterson probably grew up in. Students probably don't know that kind of, right?
Ms. Betzel.
When I taught, I have